First of all, just tell me what it feels like to be back on the ice. I think you guys have been skating for 3 days now. How does it feel after what must have been a strange layoff?
It was a strange layoff. I think just because it happened so quick. It was like mid-March where they just shut us down in a day. We had a game the day we got shut down. There was a game that day, and we had our like normal morning skate, normal routine, normal video. We're going to Kansas City tonight, and then it's like, nope, that's it. And then by like within 3 days, guys were leaving town. That was it. So in one way, it feels like it's been over a year that we've been off, and then seeing some of the guys come back, it's kind of it brings it back pretty fast. Like it's been a blink of an eye. So. It's definitely good to be out there and to see the new faces as well.
What are some of the things that Coach has y'all focusing on in the first few days?
It's pretty normal stuff. In a normal training camp, the first couple of days, he'll try to build into our strategy, our systems that he wants hammered into guys going forward, so that it's something that you don't have to harp on day after day. That it's something that it's second nature to you, just because. We don't have an overly long training camp. Our first game's next Friday. So it's not like we have, 2 days for 2 months going into the season where you can learn this and learn that. It's sort of a handful of practices and you're into the season. So aside from conditioning and getting guys on the ice and moving and getting ready physically, it's also, getting our systems down pat, especially with the new guys.
Is there anything you personally focus on or specifically, kind of cognizant of when you're out on the ice after a layover?
It's probably the longest layoff in a while. I mean, it's been mostly just physical stuff, getting the body ready to endure a season like we have, here in the minors. It's sort of, it can be some grueling travel. We play a lot of games in a short amount of time. So it's really preparing your body for that. So that's sort of what the older guys are trying to pass that on a bit, like, take care of yourself, take care of your bodies, like work hard, but then, take care of yourself. And especially I'm getting on in age a little bit, so I have to focus on that a little bit extra.
Once the games start, which like you said is coming up, what do you feel like you bring to this team? You've been here in Tulsa for a while. You're a captain of the squad. Your coach relies on you a lot. How do you feel like you help lead this team?
It's a little different year to year, and this year I just feel like stability. There's only a handful of us returning, and there's also, we don't have any guys coming down yet from our affiliate team. So there's only a handful of returning guys to provide that stability and leadership. And there's a lot of new guys. Everyone's sort of getting used to each other. So just kind of keeping it light and getting to know the guys and making sure guys feel welcome and everything like that is sort of what we're doing at this point, the first week of camp.
Yeah, and that's, to me, like one of the, obviously a difficult league in a lot of ways, but one of the things with call-ups and just with rosters and short camps, how do you create like a coherent team with an identity in a short amount of time before you start playing
That's
hockey?
Funny you said identity, because last year we struggled at the beginning of the year a bit, and it was probably 6 weeks into the season after a tough loss, and Coach Murray said something like that, like, do we even have an identity, kind of thing? And I was like, no, we don't. And that's probably where myself and other guys fell short, and I think we're doing a good job of that the first few days of creating an identity, just because I think it's a little bit easier with more fresh faces and guys willing to buy in early, and guys really want to make the team. There's less teams playing this year and there's less jobs, so there's not really any messing around. If you lose your job here, it's not going to be real easy to find another one. So that's a big part of it.
Obviously different, this year's going to be like no other for a lot of reasons, not just the training and the hockey, but with those opt-outs, how do you feel like that's going to affect the league?
Going forward right now, we still don't even know if there's going to be more opt-outs. So just like I said, there's more guys looking for jobs. There's guys signed with teams, and then those teams opted out for the year. So guys who are on teams are looking for jobs, and then, affiliate teams in the AHL who would normally send guys down to those teams are looking for places to send those guys. So it's sort of a day-to-day thing here. Me and Murr kind of talk about it every day. It's kind of like, well, what's going on today? Did you hear from this guy? Or did you hear from the league? Or did you hear from our affiliate? Like, what are they saying? So that's probably the most interesting part. It's a real day-to-day kind of experience right now.
I saw you played a few years at AIC. We've got Atlantic Hockey on FloHockey and have really liked following college hockey. What was your experience like there?
You know what? It was great. It was an opportunity for me to play Division I hockey at a high level, and an opportunity to start building a program. It was a program that didn't have a lot of success at the time. I feel like our class, myself and my classmates who came in and started lifting that program up a bit, and now they are completely revamped. They have a new coach, new arena, and they're 2-0 to start the year. I still follow them. I'm proud to be an alumni there, and they won championships the last couple of years. It was all, I'm from a small farm town in Canada, and I went to the East Coast, so it was a bit of a culture shock for me at the time. But most of my best friends in the world are guys I went to school there with. So it's sort of a part of me forever now.
Yeah, so you've gone from small town Canada to AIC. Now you've been in Oklahoma a long time. What's that transition like, and that culture difference?
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like home here. It's not totally different. I live full time here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. So it's sort of a hometown, small town feel to me. It's not quite exactly what I came from, but my wife and I live here permanently. We really enjoy it and like being a part of the community, and couldn't be happier to be part of it.
What was the transition like from NCAA hockey? I know a lot of guys are coming from other leagues, from Canadian leagues, or sometimes from Europe. What was it specifically like from D1 hockey to the E?
The biggest part was, I remember my first game being normally we play with one less line of forwards total. So when I ended up finishing my senior season playing in this league, and it was a bit of an adjustment playing against guys who have long time professional experience in the NHL and AHL, and then you're playing only with 3 lines normally. I have pretty funny memories from the first few weeks of just being completely out of gas. Even though it's not necessarily faster than college hockey, it's a lot more controlled and more of a mental game. So that's how I remember my first few weeks in the league.